This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Before we get into it, let me just apologise for the rather weird looking lighting in the video today, or certain parts of it anyway. Essentially, we're having some kind of freak weather event here today. It's not something we get that often. There's a big kind of strange looking orange ball in the sky, and we don't tend to usually see much of that in this little corner of the world, but nevertheless we'll crack on anyway. Right at the top of the video there, you heard me playing the guitar solo from the Eagles song New Kid in Town, and at this point here I really do want to say a massive thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon, because without your support I wouldn't be getting any recompense or you know kind of payment from YouTube, at least for the time and effort that I'm putting into making this video. That's because whenever you do any Eagles based music tuition content, which is allowed under the fair use terms of the copyright law, what usually happens when you put an Eagles piece of music under the spotlight and teach people what's going on with it is that this fella turns up and helps himself to the contents of your wallet. Anyway, moving on, let's have a little bit of a look at what's going on in the solo.
Solo explanation.
Okay, as always, we begin by looking at the chord sequence. We're in the key of E major here, and the chords are E, A, B, and there's a G sharp minor and an F sharp minor in there as well for good measure, and this is how they all stack up. It goes like this. And it concludes on that B chord for the re-entry of the vocals for the bridge section of the song. Right, so we're going to be using the E major scale over all of this. The notes in an E major scale, very easy to find. You just start on an E string and go up a tone, then another tone, then a semitone, then a tone, then another tone, and then a semitone. And that gives you the notes of E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, and E. Those are the notes that are used in this solo in one shape or form. We begin over the first two bars of E just by playing E major chord tones with some slidey bits in. Basically what we do is we slide the E note, 2nd fret here on the 4th string, up to the 6th fret, and that's taking us up to a G sharp. And then the next slide that happens is the B note on the 3rd string slides up to the 9th fret to play an E, and then we slide the 9th fret up to the 13th fret to give it a G sharp. So these are the slides, and in between each one of those slides, which is taking us from one note in the E major chord to another note in the E major chord, we have this pair of open strings, this E and B. So you get, and there's the first couple of bars of the solo, instantly recognisable. After that we arrive at the B chord, and we've got a pair of double stops that just come straight from the B chord. A B chord is the notes of B, D sharp and F sharp, and we have this D sharp, F sharp pair of notes here to this B, D sharp pair of notes here. So and then at that point there's a little fill which to me sounds like it's played by a second guitar. It goes like this. It's just an E major pentatonic. Well, it starts in E major pentatonic, but then goes down to the D sharp note there, which is, as I say, part of the overall E major scale. It sounds like an overdub, or like one guitarist is doing it and the other one's doing the main solo on the track. I don't know who played what parts on this, but it's easily doable on a single guitar, as you saw me doing it earlier on in the solo. So, and then we're into the second half of the solo, where we have now, I said earlier that we're using the E major scale, and all of those notes in that lick there come from the E major scale. But you can also view these notes, which are E, C sharp, B, and then bend up to a C sharp again, and an A and an F sharp. You can also view those notes as being an A major pentatonic. And that's significant because we're playing over the A major chord at the time, which is why, these notes in particular have been chosen for this part of the solo, because it's essentially the pentatonic that fits that chord. So basically, the A major pentatonic, the notes in that scale, are part of the overall scale of E major, which we're kind of basing the whole solo on, but we're just using the A major relevant notes, or the A chord relevant notes at this point in the solo. And then we finish off with an E major pentatonic lick. Like that, because we've gone to the E major chord now. B, C sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes. That's a pentatonic scale. It is the E major pentatonic scale. Then the final lick in the solo, which happens over that final passage of chords there, like that, basically goes all the way up to here, and this is just an E major scale lick. So basically coming out of this pattern of notes here, like that, with a bend on top. And the significant thing there is the note that it ends on. That's a D sharp note, which is part of the B major chord that we've arrived at, as I say, as we go back into the next vocal section of the song. So that's what's going on in the solo from the Eagles' New Kid in Town. What can you learn from this? Well, chord tones count for a lot. Strong chord notes. Beautifully effective thing, just, sliding between chord notes, and that's almost the first half of the solo. And, within your major scale, within your E major scale, here it is. You will find the pentatonic scale of each of the chords in the key of E major, including the A chord. There's the E major scale. And here's the A major pentatonic. You can see how that A major pentatonic, which fits that chord when we go into that lick, how that's an A major pentatonic lick, which is, as I say, coming from the E major scale. So, lots to get your teeth into here in this beautifully melodic little solo, so go away and have some fun with it. And there is, of course, a full tab in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with the video of me playing the solo and the video that you've just seen there of me explaining it and the backing track to play along with. All of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address, and the link is in the description. It's only $3 a month or £2.50, and you get access to all of these additional resources that go along with these YouTube videos and make videos like this possible. So thank you very much much once again, one and all. And thank you to everybody else who supports me in any of the other ways, all of which are linked down in the description. It is massively appreciated. And that is pretty much all I've got for you today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video, found it useful and informative, and maybe a little bit entertaining at least. That is, after all, the reason why I do this sort of stuff in the long run. And if you've enjoyed the video, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not give me a like while you're at it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.